because they can't go up, because you just mentioned there the flow-on effect of like one business goes out because they can't pay their interest back on time, and a lot of people taking out money for houses, etc., would have to sell those houses because they can't pay it back on time. At some point, when is this sort of crazy boom going to stop? Because we've had it for a while now. The last major financial crash was back in 2008. And we've just picked up from COVID and gone again. At some point, does this thing have to end?
Well, you would think so, but the thing is, this is not a free economy, right? This is not a free economy. This economy is controlled by the central banks. Like for example, back in GFC, Lehman Brothers collapsed, I think September 2009. So before that, the central banks, Federal Reserve, of America, they started to drop the official cash rate. And so did we, right? But at that time was already too late. The economy was going down since 2007, especially the housing market. But then there's a lot of like other things like what do you call it? Collateral debt obligations and CDOs and all that, all tied in the mortgage. So I don't want to go into that. So the difference is that the central bank started printing money when the shit hits the fan, right? Back then, when Lehman Brothers collapsed. By that time was kind of too late, a little bit too late. We're already, almost falling off the cliff. But now, this time round, however, is that central bank was starting to print money well before COVID. If you look back, it was like probably 2009, we're starting to print money already. So the central banks obviously was expecting the economy to slow, right? And then they actually jumped the gun. They actually started printing money, supporting the market well before the cliff event. So that's really the difference. And ultimately, the central banks are in control of the economy, right? And then that's why they continue to print a lot of money, supporting the market. That's why every market is going up in price, especially in the Western world. And really, the question is like, will it collapse? Well, really, you need to ask the Federal Reserve of America is that when are you going to stop printing money? Which I don't think they will, right? I don't think they will.
Like they can't.
So, but at the same time, well, if they stop printing, obviously the party is over.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone. Yeah.
Because the free market obviously can't sustain itself. The free market is gonna fall, right? The only thing is controlling is the central bank. So if central banks stop printing money, the market is done. Then unemployment rate goes up. People get upset. That we're already getting a lot of income inequality and all that stuff. A lot of people are rioting in the States and whatnot, around the world, France especially, which is not covered in mainstream media. And if the economy goes south, that's going to be even more protests and stuff like that. And then obviously, democracy is built on votes. People vote the other way, right? So it's in the politicians' best interest to keep the gravy train going.
Keep it nice and happy, sort of thing, eh? And yeah, that's a very good point. I was wondering.
That's right. So basically, really, it's to anticipate if the market is going to collapse. Just look at what the central banks are doing. Really. The minute they stop printing money or slow down the printing money, then you expect something adverse happening in the market. And then really it's kind of unprecedented territory. I mean, the amount of market manipulation by the central banks.
Yes.